Edition of BBC News. In Texas, the state Republican leadership has long sought to ban abortion. So let's speak to Bryan Hughes, Republican member of the Texas State Senate. Welcome to BBC News, Senator. Give us your reaction to this ruling.
Thank you for having me. It's obviously a big day in America. Dr. King talked about America rising up and living out the true meaning of its creed, that all men are created equal, all people created equal. Today, we took a big step in that direction. That little unborn baby growing inside her mother's womb, that little baby is the most innocent, the most helpless, the most deserving of protection a person can ever be. And today, equal protection has been extended to that little baby. Now, while we take care of the little baby and save the baby's life, we're also in Texas going to love, support, and respect the mothers. When we passed the heartbeat law last year, we increased funding to $100 million for a program just to help those moms who are facing difficult pregnancies, difficult choices. We can save the life of the baby while we love and respect and support the mother. That's what we're going to do in Texas. So this is a big day. It is a big day for your state, and I do want to talk about the implications for your state. But, sir, various research shows that 2/3 of Americans believe that abortion should be legal in all or most cases. Do you believe that this ruling, that your positioning on this, is in line with the sentiments of the majority of Americans? Well, as you know, this ruling means that each state, the people of each state, will make their own decisions. The ruling today does not end abortion. The ruling today lets the people make these decisions, just like our constitutional system designed. We are states that are laboratories of democracy. Different states tried different approaches. And so that's where we will be now. Texas will move toward protecting more innocent human life. States like California and New York will have a lot more abortions, and people can vote with their feet. They can decide what policies they prefer. They can advocate for those policies. So this is federalism, where each state makes its own decisions, where the people make their own decisions. This is a good move.
And what does it mean practically for your state? I know that you were central in bringing about a ban on abortion after 6 weeks there in Texas. Practically speaking, we've been hearing a great deal about trigger laws, which will virtually ban abortion in various states in the United States. What does it mean for Texas?
We did pass a trigger law last year that now will take effect. And so that means that we will, of course, allow abortions for the mothers who want them when the mother's life is at risk or there's a serious risk to the mother's health. Of course, the mothers would be allowed to make that decision. For abortions on healthy babies and healthy moms, those little unborn babies will now be protected in Texas. So our trigger law will take effect here in a few weeks. But already today, you know, it was 1973 in Roe versus Wade, a Texas case where the Supreme Court blocked enforcement of the Texas abortion laws that stopped abortion, again, except for the life or the health of the mother. We passed a law last year in the heartbeat law, reaffirming that those pre-Roe versus Wade statutes are still alive. And once Roe versus Wade goes away, those laws come back into effect. So immediately in Texas, of course, to save the life of the mother or the mother's health, abortions are allowed if the mother chooses. Beyond that, those little unborn babies growing inside their mother's wombs, they're going to be protected in Texas starting today.
So I want to unpick some of what you've just had to say there. You talk about the well-being of, I quote, little unborn babies. Can I also talk about the well-being of mothers? Because we are already seeing a rise in the number of women in Texas crossing the border into Mexico, because we are seeing a large number of Latin American countries liberalizing when it comes to their abortion laws. Many believe America is going backward on that front. They are risking their lives in many cases to travel to other countries to have these abortions, having unsafe abortions. Does that not put their lives at risk? Where do you stand on that? That this may result in more mothers who believe that abortion is the only choice for them, the right choice for them, that this could lead to their lives being put at risk?
We want to give those mothers more options, more opportunities. When you talk to women who have been through an abortion, most of them will say, and they've said this through polling and through interviews, most of them will say, If my circumstances were different, I would have made a different choice. And that's why we set up this program to provide more help, tangible help, baby formula, car seats, baby clothes, diapers, job training, parenting classes, help with adoption. We're offering tangible help to those mothers so they'll have more options. There are two lives at issue here. There's the life of the mother and the life of the little unborn baby. We want to love them both and protect them both. And that's what we're going to do.
We were hearing from my colleague Nomi Iqbal earlier, speaking to a young girl from Texas, saying she is petrified for her future. What happens to women and to those who assist them in having abortions if they go ahead with an abortion in your state? What will be the consequences?
I'm so glad you asked that, because that has been misunderstood in a lot of circles. Under the heartbeat law that we passed last year, under current law, under the law today, now that Roe versus Wade has gone away, in Texas, there is no criminal prosecution of mothers. There is no civil action against mothers. Mothers are the victims of abortion. They are not going to be affected by these Texas laws. Now, a doctor that performs an illegal abortion, that doctor should be concerned, because their medical license will be on the line, as well as criminal and civil liability. But let's talk about those moms. We love those moms. We want to support them. They will not be targeted by these laws.
So just to be clear, any medical professional who assists a woman in having an abortion in the state of Texas could face criminal action?
If it's an illegal abortion, if it's an abortion that's not to save the life of the mother or to protect the mother's health, those abortions would be illegal. And yes, medical professionals who are licensed by the state, they should take note. We're serious about protecting innocent human life in Texas.
Going forward, Senator, what is your ultimate goal? Is it to virtually ban abortion in your state? Is it to take that even wider and take it countrywide?
My focus is on Texas, and we want to make sure that in Texas, little lives are being protected, mothers are being helped. And so that's what you're going to see from us when the legislature comes back into session. I'll be promoting bills that provide more support for those moms, more support for those babies. That's going to be our focus. Now that Roe versus Wade is gone and states can make their own choices, we're going to protect innocent life in Texas while we love and respect and support those mothers. That's what you'll be seeing from me.
So, Senator Bryan Hughes, Republican member of the Texas State Senate, thank you for your time here on BBC News.
Thank you for having me.